Hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Ryan, but I go by Juicy. Today we're talking about something pretty serious, and this hits home for me because Nintendo has done something really rash for something that is a huge part of my life. Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. Now, if you don't already know, Melee is a 20-year-old game that is also a pretty big esport, one of the biggest esports ever. Now, not in, numbers is Melee on the top of esports, but in time it sure is. It has been played competitively for almost all of the 20 years it has been around. And Nintendo is trying to stop that. To be honest, they always have been, but right now they're really targeting the community. Now, I know I am not an influencer, I am not famous on Twitch or YouTube, I'm not famous in anything in that matter, but all I do know is that Melee has made me who I am and is a part of my life every single day. Right before this recording, I was playing Melee, and right after, I'm gonna go back to playing it, if not watching someone stream it. What Nintendo is doing is not right. Now, Melee has had issues with Nintendo in the past because, if I'm being honest, we are playing the game illegally. Most of us are, at least. For a lot of people, we aren't playing it on a GameCube or Wii plugged into a CRT TV. We are playing it on our computers, and to play it on a computer, you need an ISO. And to do that, you would need to, download the ROM by owning the actual game, downloading it onto a card, putting it on your computer. Now that is legal, but for a lot of us, we download it off of a website, and to upload it onto a website is the illegal part. So Nintendo could go straight for those websites and shut those down, but that's not what they're doing. Now, Nintendo has fired a warning shot at us a few years back, 2013, for EVO, which is the largest fighting game tournament in the world, and Melee was supposed to be played in this tournament as one of the games in the roster. Now, Nintendo didn't like this, so they tried to get Melee out of the tournament, but the thing is, we were playing it perfectly legally at that time. We would have been playing it on the GameCube, vanilla, and it would have been perfectly fine, but I feel like why they had such an issue was because Brawl was also out at that time, and we were still playing their older, version of the game. Well, the community didn't like this, and we actually fought back and got the game back into the tournament, so Nintendo saw that they weren't doing the right thing. But now, if EVO was a warning shot, then this last one was aimed to kill. Nintendo has targeted a giant organization for tournaments for Melee and Ultimate, and this tournament organization has been going on for years, 8 or 9, a decade of tournaments being played legally at the time, but now during this pandemic we have to play it on our computers and online, so they ordered a cease and desist on the Big House Online. This has gotten hundreds of thousands of people upset, and it's for good reason. I mean, sure, we could be playing it illegally, but they're claiming that the problem was Slippy, and Slippy is the emulator that we play it on. That's just something that I think that they're almost jealous about, because Slippy was made by one person who quit his job and decided to learn coding and spend thousands of hours to code a better netcode that runs online Melee better than Nintendo could do for their current release, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Mind you, in just 6 months he was able to do this, and no job, but Nintendo has millions of dollars and millions of hours to spend on something like this, but they just haven't. Now, I think a big part of what is happening is that they do want us to move on from their old game and go to their new one, But that's just the thing. We already know we won't. Now, for me, I love Nintendo. I cried when I got my Wii. One of the first consoles I ever played was a Super Nintendo, and the first console I owned was a Game Boy. And just right here, I have a whole shelf dedicated to that. There's a Super Nintendo I was just talking about, and there are about 3 DS's, 3 Game Boys up there with a bunch of games. And I bought a Switch. It is also actually just right here on my dresser. I bought a Switch just so I could get Ultimate. And within the first few matches of Ultimate, I instantly knew that this was not going to replace Melee for me. But I continued to play it, and I continued to buy their DLC characters. And the thing is, if they release a new Smash Bros, or even just any other game I'm interested in, I will probably buy those as well. But Melee is just the game that I choose to play. Melee is beyond Nintendo to me. It's beyond even Smash Brothers. Melee is just Melee. It is its own game because it has built itself from its own community and players. Honestly, I love Nintendo and I love all the games that they make. I think that Nintendo is amazing at making games, but is horrible at making communities. They have proven many times that they don't like Melee, and we have proven that we don't really care and we want to keep playing it. This is what we want. I guess it's your fault for making the game what it is by accident, but to us, it's perfect. Unfortunately for us, there isn't much we can do. Like I said, I'm no influencer, and most likely neither are you, but what we can do as a community is show them that, again, this isn't what we want. They're not doing it right. We need to show them that by now they just need to embrace the game for what it is, and same with the community. So I'm doing my part by making this video, and I will tweet it out with hashtag #FreeMelee, and so should you. Maybe not my video, maybe you could find your own, or maybe you just have your own little message you'd like to say. Just add hashtag #FreeMelee to the end of it. You can also like this video and share it to continue spreading it, and we just really have to keep trying as a community so that they don't kill Melee. We cannot give them what they want at this point, and I don't plan on letting them. So I did my part. I hope you do yours, and I guess let's see where Melee stands in another decade. Thanks for watching. Peace out. But yeah, we're starting off with Melee. Bro, Nintendo up. I know you're not in the scene, but here, let me literally catch you up. Tournament, huge one, called the Big House. They're doing the Big House online. Nintendo ordered a cease and desist to cancel the tournament because they don't want Melee played on an emulator. How the hell are we supposed to play it online? Explain. Let us just play our game. Seriously? And it canceled the whole tournament, so even for Ultimate Online, which, like, that's playing the real game. That's so ridiculous.
If anything, it brings more people to the real game.
Bro, right?
They are tripping.
Bro, it's so ridiculous. Like, what do they think that's gonna do? You think they're gonna cancel this, and it's gonna make me go, you know what? Let me go play Ultimate instead. Let me purchase their other game. Makes sense. Literally all of... Okay, bye, dude.
EA like TF.
Yo, what's up, man? Hashtag #FreeMelee, right? Like, ugh. It's ridiculous, man. Even, like, just when COVID happened and this new Slippy came out, rollback, and everyone liked it so much better, Ultimate players, like professional Ultimate players, switched from Ultimate to Melee full time. Not many, but still it happened because they realized that, like, How is one person gonna code this better than an entire like multi-million company that's been doing this for years? They can't code one game correctly, but some dude that quit his job and worked on it for 6 months by himself can do it? Like, what is that? So they switched and they're playing this now. Like, when is Nintendo gonna learn how to do it? They can make a great game, but like,
They're prof gonna approach them.
they can make a great game, but they're ass at making communities, man. Yeah, let me play on a shitty online server system on Smash game that plays like it's for babies. True? No, man, bro. Fizzy has said it. Like he's nothing special.
They have done it in the past for other games.
He's nothing special. Like, he's just a guy who decided to dedicate some time towards it. That's on Nintendo for not doing that themselves. Like, they could get anyone. They could hit you up and be like, hey, I want you to dedicate yourself to doing this. Sure, you might have to learn a little bit of code. Fizzy might have had that. So what? You get it done in a year instead of 6 months. It's still possible. And like, you don't have people to do that? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. We play Melee. Let us play Melee. Sure, the like bad part on us is, yeah, we're playing it on ISO, but what do you expect us to do? You know, there's no way to put Melee into my computer and play it. If there was, that's what we would have been doing. But like, they did the same thing for like Evo, right? And that was when we were playing on a disc, and it was 100% vanilla. We weren't playing on UCF. We were playing just vanilla Melee, and they did the same thing to make it so that it wasn't an Evo, whatever year that was, 2013? I don't even know. But it's just like, it's ridiculous. Emulation and mod injections are both legal, but Nintendo will find a way to win in court. It's immature. They're not doing it right. I don't know what else to say other than that. They're doing it incorrectly. If they, as a company.
Nintendo are clowns and they know it.
Exactly, Fish. And hello, Ari. The little lurk emote. What about Nintendo? Nintendo ordered a cease and desist on a tournament from Melee. Because they don't like how we're still playing their 20-year-old game.
Nintendo sent out a cease and desist to this Melee and Ultimate 20 because Melee uses Slippy.
You're like, oh, you're not playing the real game, so... Like, shut the hell up. Maybe produce some. Hear about that? What about that? Maybe make it on Switch. Make the adapters a little cheaper, maybe? Weird.
They say all Melee
Weird.
ISOs are illegal and they need to protect their integrity.
Protect the integrity of Nintendo's asshole.